good. Well, I'm Ken Okuyama, and our company, Ken Okuyama Design, has been founded 10 years ago. And before that, I was a Chief Stylist at Pininfarina, designing Ferrari Enzo, Maserati Quattroporte, 599, and the car behind me that we brought, in fact, this red one, which is based on Ferrari 599, and we call this code 57. Now this car behind me is actually, we call this Kode0. Zero came from Dacia Stratos Zero. If you remember the era from 1968 to 1971, that was the era of dream cars. So we thought about, I actually was inspired by those dream cars and became a car designer, and we have an obligation to continue making those future heritage for our children. So I said that, okay, let's bring back the dream car, that mentality and that styling with the modern technology. So let me show you the car. And this car is vaguely based on Lamborghini Aventador, but everything's been changed. We changed the subframe, we changed the suspension, the exhaust system, everything. So you won't even recognize it. But for the sake of registration, we kept the windshield and the side window. But besides that, you can see carbon fiber body, and everything is designed for this one. But it is sold already. And the owner drives this car in Tokyo. It's a street legal. During the let's say 80s and 90s, those sports cars never had a face because they had a retractable headlight. A lot of cars out here, in fact, today doesn't have a face. That was kind of icon of identity of being a sports car. This car is the same thing. Nowadays, with the modern LED technology, you can integrate the headlights, and we did that with a carbon fiber piece, dry carbon, that integrates all the way to the A-pillar and the rear of the car. So it's one motion line, just like a flying saucer. So that's a dream car 70s idea that we brought it back. And no gadgets at all. It's quite simple. And this here, we call this a stairway to heaven. It's actually air intake made of carbon fiber, takes all the air and then leads the air to the side radiator and sucks the air out from the side of the car. So everything you see here is functional. This is flying buttress, just like the 599 I designed when I was at Pininfarina. Takes the air, and half that goes into the radiator, half the air actually goes to the rear, the spoiler for the downforce. So all those things are functional as dream cars used to be in 70s, and that's why we designed this car, and hope you like it.
He is in the car. This is the Kode0. Kode0.
This is an amazing car. When you start looking at the details, you will get lost forever. The details are just amazing. And coming out of the car is Mr. Ken Okuyama.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I remember talking to you last time. It's great to see you.
Sorry.
So tell us about this car. What's the inspiration for this car?
Well, during the era from about 1968 to about 71, there were a series of dream cars. In dream cars, like including Dacia Stratos Zero, original Countach, and the Alfa Romeo Caravelle. Because I was so inspired, and I felt that we got to bring that dream car back, because we need to continue creating future heritage for our children. So there will be Concorso Italiano in 50 years from now, and this fantastic week of Monterey. So that was the inspiration of it.
And when did you begin this car?
When did I begin?
Begin the actual construction of the car.
Construction only took us 6 months, not more than that. But to conceive the idea, this is fully commissioned, already sold to the owner. And we actually had a dinner about maybe 30 times, and not a bottle of Italian wine for sure. And we sat down, talked about what we should be doing for the future of being a dream car. So we picked this. It's vaguely based on the Lamborghini Aventador, but everything is modified, so you wouldn't even recognize it if you took the panels off. But then it's virtually walking through the whole R&D process with the owner, from sketches and rendering, clay model and prototyping and virtual reality, and finishing the car and running the car, for the first time with him. So
what I see is most striking here is the fact that you should have a contrasting color on the door sills. Now, where did that come from?
Well, green is more of an environmental color. But I've been using kind of red accent, having worked for Pininfarina for 12 years, and the red is sort of like my theme color. But not that I'm tired, but I think I wanted to have a different cut. Besides, Marcello Gandini, who is still alive well and did a fantastic lot of those supercars and dream cars. Use a lot of a green color in the 70s. So I picked that as an accent color. And in fact, it's evident inside. And when you see the fan, the rear radiator, oil cooler fan is painted in a green too. So you can kind of see the turning when the engine's on.
It's often true of Italian supercars that the engine is exposed and visible. Why is that?
That's the most beautiful part of the car. Why should I hide it? I mean, the power and everything and the technology, the engines are made about 10,000 pieces of all the hardware. And that's half of all the, the part of the car. So that is, in fact, the Lamborghini engine is different from Ferrari engine. And Alfa Romeo makes a different engine. It really is identity of the car. So I really love the engine. I take it apart. I restore cars.
How are you going to make more of these?
Well, that's a good question. This car, I said, is already commissioned and already sold to the owner. And just like the Code 57, thanks to you last year that we came here, received an award. We built 4 of them, and yesterday we received another commission. So I think we're going to finish at 5. I promised to the world that we're not going to build any more than 5. Same thing for this one. After we finish 5th car, we're going to demolish negative mode, the master model, and throw away the matte data so we can never build this 6th car. That's the way it goes. Then we move on.
So if you were walking around this car, what design element do you feel where you say, I really nailed this? I just got this thing right.
It nailed this. It's a PC. I mean, well, the Mr. Gandini, I respect his design, and he always did the kind of a flying saucer, kind of one motion design. When you actually see the car from the front to the rear, it's a one curve, and it's pretty rare to see nowadays to get that. In fact, it is again, it's fully street legal. And you can drive this car, and its owner drives this car in Tokyo. And it's funny to see this in Ginza is like a flying saucer landed. But before, many of the cars out there didn't have any face because of the retractable headlight. And I wanted to bring that faceless car identity back as a sports car. So all the headlights with the LED polycarbonate lens and integrated in a carbon fiber, you can kind of see that one line, one motion line, the nose to the tail. Only element that disturbs is this flying buttress. It came from a 599 that I designed when I was in the Pininfarina. So without that, everything else is all functional. And then again, this V line came from the inspiration of the Lancia Zero, which is a fantastic car.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Okuyama. You love this car? Yeah. Shouldn't he make more of them for all of us? How many would like to commission him today to make one of these for us? All right, so there you go.
No, I need to like you to work together with me.
We'll have a bottle of wine and a big dinner.
That helps.
That's the beginning. I really appreciate your sharing with us the notion of the one line and the face of the car, because what you're hoping for in this design is it's organic, and it looks like nothing is arbitrarily put on the car.
No, that's exactly what I like. That's about the Italian design. Minimalism, yet something very bold and strong that lasts for a very long time. That's what the Italian design is all about. I learned all that when I lived there for 12 years, so
We can't wait to see what you're going to bring us next year.
Oh, that depends on you too. I need to find the good client to work with. But actually, we already started working on the next project. So
you're a visionary, and we appreciate seeing your vision come to life right here.
Thank you.
A big change from a sketch to reality.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks. Thank you.
You see the green cooling fans in the back?